Hey, my name is ShawNshawN. I sell art on ShawNshawN.co for 15 years. Today we're going to review Bullet Train. This is a film by David Leitch. Time is 2 hours, 7 minutes, so pretty tightly woven for a heavy action film. Those normally go like 2.5 hours, so I like that he's kind of cut back to 2 hours, 7 minutes. You know, my sweet spot I think is an hour and a half, but I think this justified with 2 hours because you have a lot of characters here. Actors are Brad Pitt plays Ladybug, Joy King plays Tangerine, Brian Tyree Henry plays Lemon, his brother, Andrew Koji plays Kimura, Hiroyuki Sanada plays the Elder, Michael Shannon plays White Death. So you have this assassin called Ladybug. He's having a little bit of crisis of conscience. You know, he doesn't like to kill people anymore, even though he's an assassin. So he's sent in this train. All he had to do is to snatch and grab, kind of steal this briefcase and be out the door. He's like, oh, that's okay, I can do this job. And he's backfilling in for some other assassin. Along the way, he finds out there's a whole bunch of teams of different assassins after the same briefcase on the train. He's like, what the hell's going on? And he has to fight all these guys off while the bullet train's moving. And all these Japanese gangs are after him. So it's really fun. And he has to fight his way out to the end, basically, is the story. So what I really liked about the film, they had a really good colors with, you know, the fun lighting of Tokyo with the neon colors, pink and blues and reds, and they have that, you know, filtered heavily through the film. You have a lot of great coloring effects, I think. So from the lighting aspect, it's just, you know, A1. I'd say they really establish a great feel of the city, urban feel to Japan and Tokyo. There's a fun play of, you know, various Japanese stereotypes. One is the Japanese rich girl, a little bit stealing from Kill Bill a little bit, but except she's not such a deadly character. But she's this rich, protected girl and turns out to be kind of a manipulative killer. There's also this anime fluffy character, turns out to be another killer. Which is kind of funny to see anime character become like a killer. You're like, what, this doesn't make any sense. You have a lot of flashbacks in the film, so they kind of backfill a lot of the stories from various characters. The main characters, obviously, you know, one is kind of this earlier wedding that goes astray and everyone's killed off in the wedding, and so this assassin's blamed for everything. And it turns out it's actually a different person, and on the train he finds out who this other person is. There's also the backstory of how the White Death came to the top of the Japanese mafia. You know, he just became one of the killers, and then he got really in tight with the boss, and then this guy tries to warn him, and then he's pushed out, and then this guy assassinates everyone in the Japanese mafia and takes control of the remaining team that's left over. And so one of these guys has this vow of vengeance to get this guy. It had a little bit of a touch of earlier Guy Ritchie films like Snatch or Two Smoking Barrels, where there's kind of like this whole chase scene around one item like a diamond or these mysterious guns, you know. So it was really kind of a fun play there of like all these gangsters kind of deceiving each other and, you know, getting into rigmarole. I don't think it's done as well as Guy Ritchie films, but it definitely has a little bit of touch on that, a little slightly. It seemed like a who's who of all the Hollywood. I guess they all love this script and they all wanted to be in the film. I mean, you have a lot of cameos that are by really famous actors, and you're like, why are these famous people in here? You know, it's like, that costs a lot of extra to just have these cameos, but probably they all wanted to be in this film, so they took whatever role they can get. I like the time. It's very tight, which is you really need it in a film that's balanced on a bullet train. If you had slow scenes, it wouldn't make any sense. With the bullet train, I think there are kind of quiet periods in the film as you need, you know, quiet period, action, that kind of thing. You need that, but I think it was edited well enough that it didn't feel like it was slowed down at all. It was very fastly paced, which is what you want with the bullet train. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Kind of like Speed 2, we have this slow boat, and you're supposed to be, it's speed, and you're like, no, but it's a monster boat. No one's scared, you know, so you had that really kind of a fun element of this bullet train as one of the kind of characters in the film backdrops. So yeah, I'd recommend it. I think it's a pretty fun film. I might collect it because I like a lot of mafia films because it's really fun to watch. I think, again, if you like to see more, you can subscribe below, and I'll see you in the next movie review. Thanks for watching, guys.